Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to explore what happens when a simple school morning turns strange, and a message appears with no name, like someone is already inside Alex and Tuna's life. Just listen to the silence between them. Something is coming. The morning didn't feel dramatic. It felt careful. Henry's jacket, his milk box, the little shoes Tuna wiped twice like the dirt could bring bad luck back. They reached the preschool gate just as the bell rang. Kids' voices floated over the yard. A teacher smiled and reached for Henry's file. Then she paused. Her eyes stayed on one line too long, and she read it out loud without meaning to. Henry. Father, unknown. Tuna's fingers tightened around Henry's hand. Alex's breath stopped for half a beat. The teacher blinked, flustered. Oh, no, sorry. That's the old form. We updated it. She flipped pages fast, too fast, like she wanted the moment gone. Henry leaned into Tuna's leg, staring at the other kids. Curious, careful. Alex crouched and fixed Henry's hat. His hands were steady, but his jaw wasn't. It's okay, Tuna said. Her voice didn't shake, but her eyes stung anyway. The teacher knelt. You can go play, she said softly. Henry took one step. Then he looked at Alex, and something in him settled, like he'd been waiting for the right word. Bo Alex, Henry said, clear as a bell. Tuna froze. A smile tried to form and almost broke. The teacher's face softened. Henry is doing so well, she whispered. Henry took 2 more steps. Then he turned back, smaller now. Me, Tuna? Tuna bit her lip and nodded like she could hold herself together with that one nod. Alex put a hand on her shoulder. We're still walking forward, he said, so low it was almost only for her. Henry ran toward the toy corner, and for one breath, the world looked normal again. Until Alex lifted his eyes and saw a black sedan creeping past the gate for the second time. They didn't leave right away. They stood at the fence and watched Henry's back, his small shoulders, his tiny hands reaching for blocks like nothing in the world could hurt him. Tuna's voice stayed quiet. He didn't say Dad, she said. He said your name. Alex nodded once, as if that mattered, as if it didn't. A mother beside them smiled politely. You're Alex, right? She asked. Not friendly, not hostile, just noticing. Alex answered with the kind of calm that made people step back. Yes. The woman's eyes flicked to Tuna's belly, then to Henry, then away. First day is always hard, she said, and walked off. Tuna didn't comment, but her hand drifted to her stomach like it was checking that everything was still there. Behind them, the school bell rang again. Kids lined up. A teacher called names. Alex watched the gate, watched the road. No sedan now, just dust and motorbikes, and normal life pretending to be safe. Tuna finally spoke. That unknown line, she said, it wasn't just a mistake. Alex's mouth tightened. I'll ask the office, he said. Tuna turned toward him. No, she said gently, not the office, not later. Alex held her gaze. He wanted to say he understood. He wanted to say he was done hiding things. His phone vibrated. Lan's name lit up. He didn't answer. Not because he didn't care, because Henry was inside. Because Tuna was watching him choose. The phone stopped, then vibrated again. Lan didn't leave long silences when something was urgent. She sent a message instead. Partner asking for confirmation today. They want the schedule locked. Tuna didn't read it. She didn't need to. Alex's face gave it away. Work, she asked. Alex swallowed. Just timing, he said. Tuna nodded slowly, as if she'd expected that word. Timing, deadlines, clocks. Always something outside the house telling them how to breathe. They walked back toward the parking lot, and at the corner of the building, Alex caught a detail that didn't belong. A man he didn't recognize stood near the notice board. Not a parent. No child, just a phone in his hand, angled toward the pickup schedule. Alex slowed. The man looked up once, then tucked the phone away and walked off like he'd been there for nothing. Tuna saw Alex's change in pace. "What?" she asked. Alex didn't answer right away. He looked at the gate again, he looked at the road again, and he hated how quickly his mind went back to old habits. Rush, solve, handle it alone. Lan called a third time. Alex let it ring until it stopped. Tuna didn't ask him to pick up. She only said, quiet and firm, "If something is happening, don't put me last." Alex nodded like he agreed, but his eyes stayed on the place the stranger had been standing, because the first day nerves suddenly felt like something else wearing a polite face. They drove home slower than they should have, not because of traffic, because Tuna didn't speak, and Alex didn't trust his own words. At the farm gate, Alex's mother was already outside. She didn't look surprised to see them back early. She looked like she'd been waiting. "How did he do?" she asked. Tuna smiled small. "He walked in," she said, "and he called us." Alex's mother nodded once, a quiet approval. Then she looked at Alex. Not his face, his phone. "Did the factory call?" she asked. Alex hesitated. "That can wait," he said. His mother didn't argue. She stepped closer to Tuna instead. "You ate?" she asked. Tuna answered honestly. "A little." Alex's mother's gaze sharpened, not judgment, tracking. "And the school," she said. "That line on the form, unknown." Tuna's eyes lifted. "You know?" she asked. Alex's mother didn't deny it. "I know how offices work," she said, "and I know how people push without raising their voice." Alex looked away. His mother's tone stayed calm. "Someone looked at your child's schedule today," she said. Tuna's spine went still. "What do you mean?" she asked. "I mean a man stood by the notice board with his phone out," Alex admitted. "I saw him." His mother nodded as if that was the missing piece, not a shock. "And you didn't stop him," she said. Alex's jaw tightened. "I wasn't going to make a scene at Henry's school," he said. Tuna stepped in, one hand on her belly. "I'm not asking for a scene," she said. "I'm asking for the truth." Alex's phone vibrated again, a number with no name. He stared at it, then he declined it. The phone buzzed once more, and this time a text came through. No greeting, no signature, just 5 words. "Nice school, don't be late." The house felt smaller after that. Same wooden walls, same kettle, same yard outside, but now every ordinary thing looked like it could be watched. Tuna didn't panic. She didn't raise her voice. That was what made it heavy. She set 3 cups on the table. Tea, not coffee. Slow, deliberate hands. Alex's mother sat down first, like this was already a meeting. Alex didn't sit right away. He stood by the door, listening for a sound he couldn't name. Tuna looked at him. "Show me," she said. Alex's fingers tightened around his phone. He wanted to protect her from it. But he finally understood what that kind of protection cost. He put the phone on the table, turned it toward her, the text line visible. Tuna read it once, then again. Her face didn't change much, but her eyes did. Alex's mother spoke first. "Someone wants your rhythm," she said. "School drop-off, pick-up, your hours." Alex swallowed. "They're trying to scare me into signing," he said. Tuna's voice stayed level. "Signing what?" she asked. Alex flinched at how clean the question was. No emotion, just a boundary. He answered anyway. "The expansion terms," he said. "The partner wants a firm yes. They want land. They want a schedule." His mother leaned forward slightly. "And who benefits if you rush?" she asked. Alex didn't answer, because the answer wasn't one person. It was a chain. Lan calling, the partner pushing. My smiling and saying it's just business. Workers hoping, and somewhere inside it, someone deciding his family was a pressure point. Tuna didn't accuse. She didn't even say a name. She asked, "Are you still hiding messages from me?" Alex opened his mouth, then closed it. His mother's gaze cut into him, quiet but sharp. "Answer," she said. Alex's throat tightened. "Lan called," he admitted. "I didn't pick up." Tuna nodded. "That's not what I asked," she said. Alex stared at the table. He could feel the old reflex rising. Explain, justify, make it sound reasonable. But Tuna didn't want reasons. She wanted position, where she stood in his decisions. Alex's mother spoke, calm authority. "This is how they move you," she said. "They don't need violence. They just need you to go silent." Alex's phone buzzed again, Lan this time. He looked at it, then at Tuna. Tuna didn't tell him what to do. She just said, "If you answer, answer as a husband, not as a man being chased." Alex answered. "Put it on speaker. No drama, just truth." Lan's voice came through, careful. "I'm sorry to call again," she said, "but they're asking for written confirmation today. They're nervous about delays." Alex said, "I'm with my family." A pause, not annoyance. Calculation. Lan lowered her voice. "There's another thing," she said. "Mai heard something in the office." Alex's mother's eyes narrowed. Tuna stayed still. Lan continued, choosing her words like she was walking around glass. "Someone requested your schedule. Through admin," she said. "Not officially. Like a routine update." Alex's stomach dropped. "Who?" he asked. Lan hesitated. "I don't have proof," she said, "but it didn't feel like the partner." Tuna's gaze sharpened. "Then who did it feel like?" she asked, calm but colder. Lan went quiet for a beat, then said, "Someone inside." Alex's mother didn't react with anger, she reacted with clarity. "There it is," she said softly. Alex's hand tightened around the phone. "Lan," he said, "don't send anything to anyone. Don't confirm my movements. Nothing." Lan replied, "Understood." Then she added one more line, low. "They're also asking about your availability next week. They mentioned your child's new schedule." Tuna's breath caught, not panic. A quiet, sharp recognition. Lan ended the call. Silence filled the room. Not empty. Loaded. Tuna finally spoke, and her voice didn't rise. "It's not just land," she said. "It's control." Alex's mother nodded. "They're not threatening the farm," she said. "They're testing your family." Alex looked at Tuna. His eyes were wet, but he didn't cry. "I don't know how to stop it without hurting someone," he admitted. Tuna's eyes reddened, still no tears. "If I have to," she said, "I'll walk away from the machine noise, to keep the baby safe." The next few hours didn't explode. They tightened. Alex's mother moved through the house like she was counting weak points. Windows, gate, the path to the road. Quiet, purposeful steps. Tuna sat at the table and opened a notebook. Not dramatic, not a threat. She wrote down 3 lines: school hours, Alex's factory hours, the time Henry usually napped. Alex watched her, and something in him hurt more than any contract. "You're planning," he said. Tuna didn't look up. "I'm protecting," she replied. Alex tried to speak, to explain that he was doing all of it for them, but he stopped himself, because he'd said that before, and still she'd ended up alone with the fear. Alex's mother came back in. She placed her phone on the table. "I'm putting cameras around the farm," she said. "No justification, no speech." Alex nodded, then his face tightened. "And the school?" he asked. His mother looked at him, long. "Not inside," she said. Alex swallowed. "We should—" "No," she repeated, still calm. "You will not turn your son's classroom into your battlefield." That refusal landed harder than a shout, because it was true. Tuna finally lifted her eyes. "You keep trying to solve everything with systems," she said softly. But you won't solve this until you stop letting someone else set the pace. Alex's throat tightened. You think I'm letting them? He asked. Tuna answered without heat. I think you're still afraid of being the one who says no, she said. Alex looked away because the fear was real. His phone buzzed again. A message from Mai. Just checking in. Partner wants reassurance. I can handle it if you're busy. Reasonable words, polite, helpful. Alex stared at it too long. Tuna noticed. Who is that? She asked. Alex hesitated, and that hesitation was the cost. He could say the name. He could bring a new suspicion into the house, or he could swallow it and keep the peace. Temporary, false peace. Alex's mother watched him. She didn't push. She didn't need to. Tuna's voice stayed calm. If someone at the company is pushing you to sign first, she said, I need to know who. Alex's jaw tightened. I don't know, he said. Tuna didn't argue. She just nodded once, like she'd heard that kind of answer before. I don't know, she repeated quietly, and that's why I'm writing my own plan. Alex's mother spoke low. Your wife is building a boundary, she said. Don't make her build it alone. Alex's shoulders sank. For the first time, he looked genuinely afraid, not of losing money, not of losing reputation, of losing the sound of Henry calling Beau Alex like it was the safest thing in his world. By afternoon, the sun had shifted, but the tension didn't. Tuna packed Henry's small backpack again, not because she was leaving, because she was preparing. Alex's mother stood by the gate as if she could stop trouble with posture alone. Alex sat on the step and watched Henry stack blocks. Henry looked up and smiled. Go school again? He asked. Tuna froze for a beat, then smiled back, gentle. Maybe, she said. Alex's phone stayed off. For once. A motorbike passed outside, then another, then a car slowed near the gate without stopping fully, just long enough to look. Then it moved on. Alex's mother didn't follow it with her eyes. She followed it with her mind. Tuna walked to Alex and held out her notebook. 3 zones drawn on a page. Living area, small production, possible cooperation. And beneath it, a list. Fever nights, stomach pain days, late returns. She didn't speak like she wanted pity. She spoke like she wanted truth to sit in the room. Alex took the notebook. His hands shook slightly. Tuna's eyes stayed red. Still no tears. Tomorrow, she said softly, do we walk Henry back through that gate? Or do we finally admit someone else is already inside our life? Alex opened his mouth, and before he could answer, a new text lit his dark screen on its own. One line, no name, like the phone had been waiting for the right moment.